everyone, welcome back to the Nulyweds channel. So today we travel to Umbria, which is the lesser known region near Tuscany. We speak to Evelyn from Marry Me in Tuscany all about this wondrous region, and I'm so excited to bring this conversation to you. We've been to Italy a few times in this series, so do check out the links down below if you want to learn more about getting married in Italy. And without further ado, let's get into this conversation.
So I'm joined here by the lovely Evelyn from Marry Me in Tuscany. Thank you so much for coming onto the channel.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So we're going to be talking about weddings in Umbria today, which is the lesser known region near Tuscany, right? I've not been. This is going to be a common theme in this series. I have not been to many places, so I'm going to learn a lot today. But first, tell us a little bit about your business and why weddings in Umbria.
Why weddings in Umbria? You said it. It's a region that is not very well known by the couples, but once they visit it, they realize that it's the right place for them. Umbria is located in the central part of Italy. We call it the green heart of Italy because it's full of woods. The nature is very, very nice. It's very colorful in spring, and in summer there's a lot of places with many, many flowers. So you can also take nice pictures, no? Thinking about the second part of the wedding, not just the planning. And more than this, Umbria, what has to offer is that the food is great. We have great wines. So this is something normally, if you are doing a destination wedding, that is very important also for the couples. And people are very friendly, but well, that's normal. I mean, we, the wedding planner, we select the friendliest venues for weddings. So, and in Umbria, you can find all these three elements that can make your wedding really special.
Amazing. And tell us a little bit about your business. Tell us about Marry Me in Tuscany and when you started working in Umbria.
I started working in Umbria, let's say around 5 years ago, because I moved from the central part of Tuscany that everybody knows, the Chianti, the famous Chianti region where the famous wine comes from. I moved from that part to the south of Tuscany, close to the border of Umbria. And even if Tuscany has a lot of nice places to offer, and it's still one of the most famous destination wedding regions, let's say, many couples choose Tuscany to get married. Umbria also has a lot of places that are very nice and perhaps can be a little bit more affordable, let's say, in terms of prices, okay? You can find a lot of villas, a lot of farmhouses. Agriculture is very famous, no? Food is always linked to this, but also a lot of castles. And what Umbria has to give to our couples is also the fact that there is a lake, a very big lake called Trasimeno, and there are a lot of venues around this area that are very, very beautiful for the couple who choose Umbria as a destination for their marriage.
Amazing. So it sounds like there's so many incredible reasons to choose Umbria, and it's a little bit of a shame that it's not as well known as Tuscany. But then, as you said, there is a bonus to that it is a little bit more economical and you're doing something a little bit more unique, and that's always a great thing. Yeah. So those are the fabulous things about Umbria. Tell me a bit more about the challenges of getting married in Umbria. What would a couple need to know about it?
The challenges. So first, when my couples contact me, the things that they say is, no, we want that, every couple has specific requirements for their weddings. So normally the requirements are very close to the airport, good food, and great views. So these are the three main elements that people ask when they want to get married, okay? So Umbria is not exactly close to one of the main airports. Like, for example, if you get married in Florence, in 30 minutes, you are at the airport. Or if you get married close to Rome, in half an hour, you have two airports. Umbria only has one that is Perugia. And Perugia, well, for example, Ryanair works to Perugia. I work mainly with British clients, so London is a very important city for me. It's still working, but there are only a few flights. So normally you take a flight from Rome, but it's the good thing is that there is highway. So in 2.5 hours, you are in Umbria, and that's not bad because you will need anyway to rent a car. Okay, normally the people choose places that are a little bit hidden or secluded, like a castle on the top of a hill. Of course, those places grant you great views and this atmosphere that all the bride loves. But to reach them, at least 50–60% of the guests normally rent a car. So this is why. And well, another challenge is that perhaps as Umbria is not so famous as other regions for its destination wedding, not all the wedding venues have a manager that are used to deal with big weddings. So especially if you are looking to invite, let's say from 50 guests to 150, 200, that it's the normal number of guests for an Italian wedding, then it's nice if you rent a wedding planner. I don't mean renting it for the whole planning, but just for, you know, the venue scouting, so to select the place and to help you with some supplier. I think this is really a decision worth in gold because they save you a lot of time in terms of, also because another very important thing is that not everybody speaks English. So this is quite a bit daunting when you think about getting married here. Okay, so well, I think this is one of the most important thing. And also consider the third fact, good food, the view. What about the weather? I mean, there is a very big problem that we have in Italy. I'm going to tell you, we also have rain. Sometimes it rains in Italy too during the summer, and it happens, or the wedding, or the day before your wedding, or the day after, where you're having, where you have planned since 1 year to have party on the pool with your guests, it rains. So normally what we do here at Marry Me in Tuscany, me and my colleague, is trying to give our guests a place that already has a plan B included in the rental fee, because of course there is a rental fee to pay, but this helps the couple not to have to think about problems during the whole time of the wedding. And I think this is quite important.
That is very important and an excellent segue into my next question, which is about the weather. So let's stick on the weather for a second. Yes, yeah. Rain does happen. Even in some of the most beautiful places. I'm from the Caribbean, we have a rainy season. It rains for like 4 months. It happens. So when would you think is a safer time to get married in Umbria?
Well, let's say from May to September, normally. These are the best moments, the best months, and consider that every bride choose, also Italian bride, choose May and September as their favorite months because the temperature are high and warm enough to have everything outside, but not too much. You know, working with certain kind of clients, they don't want to say, for example, like 2.5 hours under the scorching sun. I mean, why? Why do you have to do that when you have such a nice place, when you can enjoy food, stay outside and relax with your guests? Why? Also, a very important thing, I think, is to choose the right moment. Okay, if you're going to get married, but not just in Umbria, in Italy, in the summer, don't get married at 2 and don't get married at 3, but not just for your health or for the health of your guests, but also for the pictures, because you will have horrible picture with big black shadows under your eyes and under the people. So this is not nice. Ask the advice to your wedding planner and to your photographer, which time is the best to get married? What's the most suitable time for them? And you will see that they will tell you the golden hour. Perhaps you have heard about the famous golden hour, no? The hour where the sun is a little bit lower, and it will give you the best pictures ever.
Incredible. Yeah, no, that's so true. We do also do sunset weddings, mostly out here in Portugal as well. It's just better for everyone's comfort and for photography, as you say. So I'm going to ask you a question that no one really likes answering, unfortunately, but we're going to dive in. Let's say we have a couple from South Africa. Why not? This year we have a South African couple, and they are bringing 50 guests to Umbria. They are planning this wedding with you, so it's in with your style and the type of weddings that you do. What would you say would be a good budget for them to consider? And yes, we'll do it in euros and not rand.
Yeah. Well, a budget to consider, 50 guests, I think around 25,000 euro, not more. And that includes everything. So includes our planning in this budget. Consider that the normal price for a caterer, normally the thing that the people ask the most is how much will the caterer cost? How much will, I'm sure you've already heard these questions. So consider that the price for a caterer is from 95 to 110, 120 euro per person, taxes included. So it's not bad, considering that there are 3 courses and a dessert. Of course, wine and water, it's included. So it's very good. And starting from this price, you can see that really Umbria has great places to offer and good services at a reasonable price. So this can help, I think, people.
Wonderful. No, that sounds great. And what if, say, our South African couple instead decided that they wanted to elope? What would you say would be a good budget?
So for 2 people, 2,500. So included the church, included a hotel for 2 days. Yeah.
Fabulous. Okay, great. That's really, really helpful. So let's stick with our South African couple then. Say that our South African couple want to physically sign the papers in Umbria. They want to sign the dotted line. They want their wedding license to be from Italy. How easy is that process? Do you even recommend it?
Yeah, of course. Why not? Well, to be honest, I did a couple from South Africa. She was from America and he was from Ghana. So yeah, of course, you always have to deal with a lot of bureaucracy. And to be honest, this is the part where people ask my advice the most. I've done a lot of just civil weddings, so just helping them for the paper. When I started my business like 15 years ago, this was one of the most requested things, because there was no internet, people didn't know how to do it, and the rules were and still are changing. Look like what's going on with Brexit, no?
No one knows what we're doing now.
I'm not going to talk about Brexit. Okay, let's go back to South Africa. So people are asking a lot for this, and more or less the papers to do are always the same for this nationality, but there are small different things that add to every nationality, depending if you are European, if you are from America, if you are from Africa. So one of our biggest challenges is to have to deal with embassy, with consulates, and that's not bad, but you have to deal with the Italian town halls. And while some are great and very good, some of them take ages to answer you, and you can write them emails, you can phone them 3-4 times a day. At the end, you have to go there because it's impossible to speak with them without going there in person. So no, but to be honest, I've done a lot of civil weddings, and at the end, nobody had ever had problems with me. So I feel quite good in doing that part of my job, the paperwork job.
Fantastic. Well, you'll give you a lot of confidence to this, which is great. If our South African couple wanted to have their ceremony in a church, is that also relatively simple?
Yes, of course. Why not? No, we have a lot of priests that are open to, because not every church accept foreigners. I'm sure you know, a church, I always used to say, a church is like a house. You decide who you want to open your doors. Okay, so some priests that are very old, they don't speak English, and they say, no, sorry, the church is not good for this. Okay, no problem. But there are many who say, no, it's possible. Tell them to come, and we are happy to celebrate their marriage. So no problem. Also, the same as previously, you have to do a lot of papers. So you have to start even before than the civil one, because church things goes slower than the town one. So you have to do the papers at home, you have to send them here, and then you have to bring them to the priest, who have to double check them before the wedding. So it takes a little bit more time, but it's feasible.
So it's really good to know that it's relatively simple to register to get married there. So anyone listening and anyone who is struggling with this, then you have a bona fide expert right here. So let's move on to some places. We love talking about venues on this platform. It's our favorite thing. So tell us one of your favorite venues in Umbria. Where should we be looking?
So yeah, Borgo di Mezzo is very nice. It's the perfect place. I mean, they do have a lot of options that people can choose. Outside, they can host until 80 places. So no problem for the dinner, to have a party or to have a cocktail. The swimming pool is amazing to do this, and normally the couple loves it. But if the weather is not good, Borgo di Mezzo has an indoor area where you can go, and that can host until 60 people. So it's great for weddings that are mid-weddings, like we say. We do also bigger, like around 200 people, but this is perfect for family weddings. So couple, the family and their friends. And it's good also because they do have a restaurant on site, so you don't have to rent a caterer that comes there for the dinner, and apartments and rooms. So you don't have to move after the party. If people want to dance a little bit, they can go to sleep directly from the party area. So, and it's good also because not just apartment, but rooms. So the family with children can choose an apartment, and the other guests can stay in the double rooms.
Amazing. It sounds like a really gorgeous little venue, and we'll definitely link to it down below in the description box. I want to thank you so much, Evelyn, for coming onto my channel and talking to us about a region that many people probably haven't heard of and should definitely check out. Where should they get in contact with you if they want to get married in Umbria?
Yeah, they can go on my website, Marry in Tuscany, and we also have an Instagram page with the same name, and Facebook. So if you go on my website, you can see there's my telephone number, email, WhatsApp. We are available office hours every day. So just shout or send us a few lines and we will answer you in less than 24 hours.
Wonderful. Well, we'll leave all of those links down in the description box down below and pinned to the top comment and on screen. So if anyone wants to get in contact with Evelyn, then you have plenty of options there. I want to thank you again for coming onto our channel. It's been a pleasure to talk to you and to learn more about this wondrous part of the world. For anyone who wants to get in contact, as I say, that's in the description box down below, and I will love you and leave you for now. See you next time.
Grazie. Bye bye.